As organizations are building new or next generation infrastructures using containers, microservices, and modern technologies, the role and importance of machine identities within organizations has become absolutely critical today. With Kubernetes becoming the most pervasive control plane for deploying and orchestrating containers, Venafi and NGINX help secure, strengthen, and scale Kubernetes apps for both developers and information security teams.
Close your eyes and think of your favorite hotel. Maybe that big one in the city with the big iron gate and all the flags on top. That iron gate is the first layer of defense into hotel Kubernetes. When it comes to securing container environments, security tools are often integrated with a load balancing proxy and deployed at the edge of a network to create a secure perimeter. If your favorite hotel is a Kubernetes cluster, this perimeter security is the locked external doors or gates. The purpose of these security measures is to prevent or discourage people with bad intentions from entering the hotel, while allowing the many different types of valid visitors to enter with minimal friction. Now imagine if there were no additional security measures after you entered the hotel, or if those security measures were unreliable or overly restrictive. You'd end up with people entering rooms without permission, or being unable to enter the spaces that they should have access to. Not only is that frustrating, but it can also be very dangerous. So while that perimeter layer of security needs to be broad and non-specific, hotels solve this internal access challenge by securing the point of entry for each room and tasking the reception desk with checking identities and issuing keycards. In other words, each room, whether it's a guest room or the hotel gym, gets a lock to keep out bad actors. And each guest gets a customized key from the reception desk that allows them entry only to the spaces where they should be. Let's take this back to Kubernetes. The ingress controllers are the reception desk, and your apps are the rooms. The locks are a WAF, and the keycards are tokens. Logically, the most reliable and customizable way to secure entry to your apps is by adding a metaphorical lock that reads and authenticates the tokens. But in the world of containers, this isn't how WAF and authentication are typically handled. Rather, if there are WAF and authentication inside the Kubernetes environment, which isn't always the case, then they're usually in separate containers apart from the ingress controller and the apps. This approach is problematic because it's like requiring guests to go through a separate security screening before being allowed to check in at reception. Not only is it resource heavy and creates a bottleneck, but it adds an unnecessary point of failure to your environment. In other words, it slows down your apps. At NGINX, we eliminate this extra step by leveraging the NGINX ingress controller, which solves security and authentication for your containerized apps. It scrutinizes and blocks malicious traffic using NGINX App Protect, our lightweight, super-fast WAF, and authenticates JSON web tokens presented by users requesting access to back-end applications. Both capabilities, WAF and authentication, are provisioned with different Kubernetes objects or custom resources and comply with Kubernetes RBAC practices. Therefore, you can securely delegate the WAF configuration to a dedicated DevSecOps team and the authentication load balancing configuration to a DevOps team. Because security and authentication are so close to the back-end apps, you get dynamic security that's integrated with the development cycle of your containerized apps. So now you can enjoy your stay and rest easy at Hotel Kubernetes.